One. Lance Hall here for Let's Discuss with Lance Hall. Happy to welcome Chez Kane to the program tonight. Chez, how you doing?
Hey everyone, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am doing excellent. Now you are in where? Is it Wales?
Yes, South Wales in the United Kingdom.
All right. How are things over there?
Not too bad. The weather's not great. I think we're slowly making our way out of lockdown over here, so things are looking positive.
Definitely, and things are looking real positive for you because you got an album that just came out, your first solo album.
I have, yes.
Amazing, amazing. In researching, I was, looking at your influence and stuff, and I can tell you, Chez, I am a child of the 80s.
Awesome.
Def Leppard, I was there for the Pyromania tour in '83.
I'm so jealous.
Ronnie James Dio, I saw him in '85 for Sacred Heart. Bon Jovi, I saw them open for Judas Priest.
Wow.
Pre-Slippery When Wet.
Okay, stop. Jealous.
So I know my 80s, and this album is like, it was like a trip back in time for me.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
I want to jump into the songs because I think this is where we're going to have a lot of fun. And then we'll get into the recording. Of course, you worked with Danny Rexon from Crazy Licks.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading in some of the previous interviews, basically he sent you songs and you didn't even really have to just deliver them, correct?
Yeah, they were just perfect. So I always had the opportunity to change anything if I needed to, but why change perfection? Danny did an amazing job. I couldn't change anything.
The other thing too, within the recording of this album, you did most of the vocals in your studio, right? With the whole lockdown and everything, you guys couldn't really collaborate studio-wise in person, correct?
Yeah, it was crazy. So I hadn't actually met Danny in person, and we were just doing everything online. And the plan was to get together, but then obviously COVID hit, and I had to do my vocals at home. But I was very fortunate to be able to do that. So thank God we were put back about 6 months, but we got there in the end.
Yeah. The album, of course, came out on Frontiers Music last Friday, March 12th, and it's self-titled, Chez Kane. Yeah. 10 tracks, Better Than Love, track number 1. The keys, the sax, your voice, just an amazing opening track right there with everything. And I love the video.
Oh, thank you.
The one thing I noticed that I picked up on real quickly on the video, and I'm sure this has been used before, but it reminded me, you sort of had that, it sort of has a gold tint to it.
Yeah.
Like a filter.
Mm-hmm.
And then with you sitting there, I'm assuming that was you or whoever was writing the lyrics in the notebook?
Yeah, that's me, yeah.
Okay. Reminded me of back in the day, let's go back to the 80s again, Madonna, when she had her True Blue album came out, there was an MTV contest where she let viewers make the video for the song.
Oh, wow.
And the winning one, if you look it up, it's on YouTube. You've got to look up True Blue US version because there's a bunch of different versions. It's got that same gold tint, and at one point during the chorus, there's somebody sitting there writing the lyrics out in a notebook, in a letter.
Why have I not seen this? That's mad.
It was really, really cool. It reminded me of that. The songs are different. True Blue's more of, almost like a 60s type sounding. But tell me a little about Better Than Love.
Well, Better Than Love is my actual favourite song of the album. And the reason why it is because it's the first song that I actually demoed for the project. So when Danny asked me, and I said, yes, I want to give it a go, he sent Better Than Love to me. And I absolutely fell in love with it. I just couldn't turn the project down. I was in the studio the next day demoing it, and that sax solo, man.
Jesse Holloway, correct?
Yeah, I had goosebumps when I heard that for the first time. Yeah, Better Than Love is my favorite track from the album, everybody.
Then we go to track 2, All of It. Now You're Rockin'. I mean, that big drum intro and everything, just really, really cool stuff. And that big chorus.
It's like a stadium kind of anthem feel to that one. I always get goosebumps hearing that one as well because I can just imagine performing it live.
Yeah, definitely.
Trying to get the audience to join in, hopefully, if I ever have an audience.
I think you will, and I don't think you're going to have a problem. Rocket on the Radio, I mean, that is just pure 80s album-oriented rock. You got the big chorus. I mean, the hooks in that song are big enough to catch Moby Dick with, you know? Phenomenal tune. And I love the video you did with the one-take vocal. I mean...
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Yes,
And
it's a real good summer vibe, that one. I think it's going to be one of those that as soon as the summer's here, we can wind down our windows, cruise, and listen to Rocket on the Radio.
Absolutely. You know, so I'm listening to the album in order because I like to see how it flows and everything. Did you have a hand at all in sequencing, or was that Danny, or did you have anything to say about that?
No, Danny sent me the order, and I listened through, and I just thought, it goes really well together. I'm very happy with how it sounds, and so Danny came up with the order of the album. Very
cool. So, you know, I've listened to Better Than Love, all of it, Rocket on the Radio. You know, it's 1985, 86 for me again. I get to track 4, Get It On. My first note is, are you friggin' kidding me? I mean, that intro.
I know, that guitar riff is sexy.
Yeah, and the way it comes in, you know, sort of a cappella, and then the guitar comes in. And the other thing I picked up on that tune, particularly towards the end of it, what they're passing for country music over here in the States right now, I could see a country artist jumping on that song.
Yeah, do you know what? My mum said that to me. She's like, it's got a bit of a country rock vibe in that song as well. And then ever since she said that, I can see it as well. So yeah, I'm glad you said that because you're the second person that said that. My mum was the first one.
She knows what she's talking about, definitely. Too Late for Love. Let's talk about the video for this one a little bit. Cause what I thought was really cool was you did the behind the scenes video.
Yeah.
Where we get to see the glamorous part of rock and roll where you're leaving at 4:30 in the morning, you know?
Yeah, that was a very tired day for me.
Yeah. Long day, the way they put the setup and everything, you know, with the candles and the bed. I'm trying to figure out a way to broach this subject, and I want to use the right words. You know, you had female artists like Pat Benatar and Chrissy Hynde and stuff, who were aware of their femininity and the possible exploitation of it. I guess is the first word that comes to mind. You know,
that's what you're saying.
Then you had artists like Lita Ford and the Girls in Vixen and stuff who are happy to display it. I don't want to say use it. I want to say display it. And that's where you are. Do you have concerns with the balance in between the two, or are you just, you know, hey, we're going to do this and be damned what anybody says?
Do you know what? I've always looked up to these kind of women from the 80s and their style and the way they are, the way they perform, and it's sexy. They're badass, and I've always wanted to do that, and I'm not doing it for anyone other than the fact that I think it rocks and I love doing it.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, it's just what I've always looked up to, and it's just badass to me.
The other part that fascinated me in the behind-the-scenes video, and I know nothing about music or making videos, so if this is a dumb question, I'm sorry, but the whole where you sped up the song for the slow motion part of the video, how does that work?
Yeah, so you speed up the song, and then they bring it back down then to have the slow-mo effect. But as you can imagine, that was very fun trying to get the words out as fast as I could.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. Yeah.
Now the other thing, I interviewed Issa a couple weeks ago, and I asked her the same thing. When you're making the videos, of course, you have the music playing in the background. Do you just mouth the words, or do you actually sing them, or does it kind of depend on your mood, or what's your approach to that?
I think I sing a little bit, but I don't think I belt it, you know. I think I'm just like, too late for love. Just a little bit like, soft and,
Okay.
Not belting it. I sing something, otherwise I'd feel a bit awkward.
Sure. Defender of the Heart, I thought was a nice mid-tempo tune. You know, it's a great pacing part of the album, and I loved your vocal on the outro of that.
Oh, thank you.
Had a yearning to it. That I thought was really, really cool. Ball and Chain, I'll tell you, pure Bon Jovi.
I was just You're gonna say what everyone says.
Pure Bon Jovi.
Because you said you've been to see Bon Jovi, I knew that was what you were gonna say.
It's not a knock. The guitar sound, the na-na-nas on the chorus, I mean, I was just,
yeah. It's definitely got a bit of Bon Jovi in there, definitely.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing.
No, definitely not. And again, that would be a cool live, in a live set.
Yeah, definitely.
Track 8. Now we're up to my favorite track, which I also read was your hardest track to do the vocals for. You really got pushed on this, but what a pedal to the metal song, because I'm a metal guy. Midnight Rendezvous.
Yes, it's the ball breaker.
Yeah. What'd you think when you got that one?
It was the most challenging song to record, but I'm one of those that likes a challenge, so I will work at it until I can get my vocal to where I want it to be, and it was so much fun, and I think that's going to be the song that I'm going to really enjoy playing live.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like it's like, I'm not sure whether it's going to be my opening song, because it's just,
Grabs you.
Yeah, it just grabs you, yeah.
And I gotta admit, you fooled me with some of these song titles, because or Danny did if he wrote them. Get It On, I'm looking for the Kingdom Come song. Too Late for Love, I'm thinking, okay, Def Leppard cover. Ball and Chain, is this Aldo Nova?
Yeah.
Great stuff. Die in the Name of Love, I love the keyboards on that. When Keys played as big a role in this album as the sax, I thought, it gave it that 80s sound,
Yeah, definitely.
And Dead End of Street, last track, I gave you my last song test. I always try to make sure the artist is working as hard on the last song as they are the first.
Mm-hmm.
You passed.
Oh, phew!
Great tune with a real powerful message, I thought, and that one. Did you have a hand in writing any of the lyrics to any of these, or is this like totally Danny and then just you interpret them?
Totally Danny. I didn't need to change anything. I could have given options to change, but he's just such a good songwriter. You can't change perfection.
No.
And that song is, a lot of people have said that that's the song that's really gripping them, and it is an incredible song, and I'm really chuffed that it ends the album.
Yeah, it's a perfect
perfect ending to the album.
Yeah. Now, did I hear also you've got your first gig hopefully going in Sweden towards the end of the year?
Yes, hopefully, please.
So I take it you're putting together a live band then?
Mm-hmm.
So are you are you able to audition at all in person, or are you doing it strictly like through Zoom or anything, or how's that working for you?
So I held auditions online, and I had guys sending me videos of them jamming along to Too Late for Love, and I found my musicians that way, because I know loads of musicians out there who are absolutely incredible, but I wanted to find new, younger people who were hungry for the same style of music that I am hungry for, and I wanted it to come across in the videos, and it definitely paid off.
Yeah. Very cool.
So I'm very excited, as you can imagine, but we haven't got together to rehearse yet, but we've obviously chatted on online like everyone else.
I would love to be in that room for that first rehearsal. I mean, the energy is going to be off the charts,
Oh yeah, I'm going to have to get some sort of videos for social media to share with people, my first rehearsal and stuff. It's going to happen.
Well, that's another thing I was going to bring up. You're very good with your vlogs. I watched the video that you posted earlier today, with everything, thanking everybody for everything. Your album's out in Japan and everything. I mean, you're worldwide.
It's crazy. I can't quite it's just mad. It feels like a bit of a dream at the moment that I haven't woken up from. My CD's in the shops in Japan. What?
I think you should dream big, because I think that's where it's going,
Oh my God.
I do a lot of research. Do you recall doing an interview, and this is a legitimate rock site called Sleaze Rocks back in February?
Yes.
Okay. Have you gone back and looked at any of the comments underneath that?
No.
To me, this is the whole yin and yang of stardom. Okay.
Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about. This is interesting.
Well, if you go to the Sleaze Rock site, you can read your interview that you did.
Right.
And then underneath, I think they posted it on Facebook, because I think they're like Facebook comments.
Okay.
And the first guy comments, he must not have seen, this is obviously pre when the CD and the booklet came out and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He says, if she includes a shot of her ass in those leather pants in the booklet, I'll buy the CD.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And then I'm watching, a video you did with, I think it was Alex Alicia.
Yeah.
And you had just gotten your CD, and she's like, well, what's on the back of the booklet? And you're like, it's my butt. Then when I read that comment, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta write that down.
Oh, that's so funny.
Now,
no, I haven't seen that.
so there's that comment, and you think that technically that's good, The next the next comment, some guy posts, she looks like a crazy lady, I'll stab you type.
Oh my God, are you serious?
And I gotta admit, they did use one photo of you. It's a still from a video. It's not really flattering. I mean, your expression could be better.
Oh,
I
no.
mean, it's nothing exploitive. Don't get me wrong. It's nothing exploitive. But you do kind of have this tint in your eye,
Oh, no.
And, but I mean, there you go. The whole yin and yang of it. One guy who's like dying for this, one thing to happen, and another guy's like, I mean, are you able to separate everything? Everybody can, that's the problem with social media. People can be extremely complimentary or gross or whatever, and they can be like a keyboard warrior and be, totally rip a poor person to shreds as well. How do you deal with that? How do you separate it all?
I just think it's because I've been in the music industry quite a long time now. I've always been singing since I was very young, and you do come across these people who decide to give their lovely opinions.
Yeah.
I know everybody's got an opinion, and I'm all for people just enjoying music, whether it's mine, whether it's someone else's music. Just enjoy music for what it is. If we all had the same taste, it would be pretty boring.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do get the people out there that are a bit nasty, and I just think it's not necessary, really. And if people are like that, then I just don't want them on my page,
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can construct in your criticism, or you can just not say anything. If it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea.
Yeah, exactly. And I've had a few people write to me and they say they love the album, but then they've criticised a little bit here and there that they think would be better, which is I totally fine with that. I don't mind. But if people start getting personal, that's when I think it's a bit out of hand. But people are going to say what they want to say, and some people do hide behind their screens and feel macho behind their screens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm used to it. Not everybody's going to love you, and I'm very aware of that. And I think through the years, I've grown some thick skin, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate you have to do that,
Yeah, you've got to be in this industry. You've got to be like that in any industry. There's trolls out there who are going to be nasty, and you just got to laugh it off. I think I've learned to laugh it off.
Yeah. I just when I read what that one guy posted, the picture, I was like, oh my God, that's priceless. I went to your own YouTube page as well with all your covers and stuff, and I really loved the one, and it looked like it took a little convincing to get your dad to do the Sound of Silence.
Yes.
Phenomenal job from both of you.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, let's pick. Two guys who totally harmonized and with Simon and Garfunkel and cover this, and you guys just really pulled it off. And I ask parents a lot of times when they work with their kids, what's it like to do this with your child? I'll ask you the sort of the opposite. What's it like to sing there with your dad, and a song like that?
Pretty incredible. It's amazing that we've had the chance to be able to do something like that. It's always something that's going to have a special place in my heart, because obviously it's with my dad. I've always looked up to my dad. He's been a singer. I've always seen him as a singer, because he's been singing all his life as well. And he's the reason that I started singing in the first place. I was very proud that my dad had this incredible voice, and I wanted to be just like him when I was younger. So to do a video like that is always going to have a very special place in my heart, and it's very nice to look back on over the years.
Yeah. Now, did your mom sing at all as well?
My mum can sing, and believe it or not, she taught me and my sisters how to harmonise together, but she never actually did sing like as a profession then. But yeah, she can sing. She's got a lovely little soft voice.
Nice. Now, of course, your sisters. Kane is still a band, right? With you have the sisters, Steph and Stacy, and that. Mm-hmm. And this is just sort of an opportunity that you had. But Kane is still going to be a viable band, and that's going to happen again.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult at the moment. There's so many of us in the band that we haven't been able to all get together, and obviously this project came up for me, so it's kind of just taking a little bit of a back burner at the moment, especially while COVID's happening, but we're hoping to get together again and do another album in the future. We're just taking each day as it comes because what is going on in the world?
Yeah. It's got to be cool, though. I mean, how does it feel? I mean, you're in a band with your sisters named Kane, and then you have your album come out with your name on it. You know, how does it feel to look out there and see, your family name, your name on CDs, on advertisements, on posts and stuff like that worldwide? I mean, that's got to be immense.
It's pretty crazy. We've always liked our surname Kane, and we always wanted to have it like as the name of the band, whether it was something else with Kane, like obviously when we were younger we were known as the Kane Sisters, and stuff like that. So we always had Kane incorporated in the name, and now to see Chez Kane on an album that is taking off, like it's pretty unbelievable. It is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be a rocket on the radio, I'm telling you.
Oh God. You're so surreal.
I was going through your covers. Where did you hear of Sass Jordan? I was blown away with that one. I mean,
I didn't know of Sass Jordan. Someone actually requested that one. So normally when it comes to YouTube, I normally put up a video that I've just, like a song that I absolutely love, and I feel passionate about, and all of a sudden I'll just get an urge to want to give it a go, and that's what my whole YouTube channel is about. I didn't think anything of it at the time, other than just doing some songs that I love to sing. And this one guy in particular, he asked me about, oh God, he must have asked me about 5-6 times to try the song out, and I'd never heard it before. And the second I heard that song, I was like, oh my God, this song kicks ass.
Yeah.
I went on to do it, and that's how I found out about Sass Jordan. But that song is so good.
Yeah, it's incredible. Well, I'll tell you what then, I've got a couple requests.
Okay.
I made notes here. Do you have a pen and paper right there, Chez?
I don't. I don't. You can message them to me on here after if you want.
There was an artist came out late 80s, early 90s. I believe she was up in Canada. Her name was Chrissy Steele.
Oh, yes, I know Chrissy Steele.
All right, Cry Myself to Sleep.
Oh, that's an awesome song.
Would love to hear you do that one.
Yeah.
Now, have you heard of another young lady? This was, again, late 80s. She had one album named Joanna Dean.
No.
Okay, Joanna Dean. The album was called Misbehavin'.
Okay.
That's a great tune. And then if you're feeling feisty, she had a minor hit with a song called Kiss This. If you're in a feisty mood, try that one. But she's awesome. And that was like the only album she came out and did. She's on YouTube doing a duet with Tom Kiefer of Love Hurts at one of the fire maids over here in the late 80s, which is really good as well. But check out the Misbehavin'. It's awesome.
Oh wow, you'll have to message me these after this conversation, so I don't forget.
I definitely will. So the albums come out. You can't really do much right now with everything. So I mean, obviously you're busy with interviews and stuff, but what's the plan between now and, say, this first gig in Sweden?
I'm trying to promote the album as best as I can from my bedroom and my living room. That's what I'm doing right now. It's just crazy. I want to be gigging, obviously, and that's just not an option until later in the year, even if who knows if that will actually happen? Just every day is changing. I don't know. Do you know what? I'm just taking every day as it comes and hoping that I can start getting out on the road. But until then, just promote it as much as I can from home.
Yeah. Now, when you got started, I didn't really get the lineage here. With you and your two sisters, where are you in the lineup? Are you youngest, oldest, middle?
I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest.
I'm baby Kane.
Okay. So, were you always singing? You know, you talked about how you were singing at a young age. Were your sisters obviously singing before you, and then you came along and sort of, joined the group, or is it something that came about all at once, or was it just always there?
It's just always been there. My dad is obviously a singer, and then my grandparents have been in bands, and my auntie's been a singer. So we've always looked up to our dad. Stephanie, the elder sister, was the one who actually started singing first. But we kind of got to the point where we were like, we want to do what she's doing. So me and Stacey followed in her footsteps as well. But I'm pretty sure I've been singing ever since I could speak, because everybody tells me I've got a bell on every tooth, and I didn't stop.
Yeah, definitely. Do you remember what some of the first songs were that you learned?
Yeah, don't ask me that.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think the first song that I ever performed on stage, I believe, was Simply the Best with my sister Stacey by Tina Turner.
Tina Turner, yeah.
Yeah, and then it went on to being My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion.
Okay.
Yeah, that was at a very young age, before I discovered the greats of the 80s, like Def Leppard.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'll tell you, the one thing in watching your video today that really spoke to me was the way this is an 80s sounding thing, and you're like, let's just go back to that. Let's have fun, and even pre-COVID times, the world was still, I don't want to crap on it because the world's an awesome place, but the 80s were awesome. I was there for them. They were great. And that really, I think, is what you've brought with this album. It's just a fun album to listen to, a fun album to sing along. And if you can bring it back, more power to you,
I'm trying my best.
I mean, that's the one word we use when me and my buddies get together and we talk about things back then. We're like, we had so much fun,
Yeah, everybody says that it was such a good time back then, and I just feel like, obviously with this year it's been so depressing, I just feel like maybe the album's taking off a bit because people are actually craving what they had back then, and it's just nice to be able to have uplifting music again, and I feel like it's been lost for a long time. I know I didn't live through that time, but I was very inspired by that. Once I got into Def Leppard, I was very inspired by that kind of music, and I've always looked into it, and I really feel like it's needed today.
Absolutely, it is. I loved in the cover of Forever where you're holding up the little Kiss figurines and stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah. They're awesome.
That's great. I mean, that's the thing. There's a joy to your I want to say, I never say that word right. Your aura, I guess. There's a joy to your aura. I want to try to say continence or something like that, but I always say it wrong. Just the vibe you give out is positive, it's upbeat, it's happy, it's let's have fun. Check this tune out,
Oh, well, thank you so much. I'm glad that I'm giving that aura off to everybody, because like I said, it is so depressing at the moment, and I just really hope that it is picking up everyone's spirits.
Absolutely. We're chatting with Chez Kane here for Let's Discuss with Lancel. Check out her new album out now on Frontiers Records. 10 tracks. If you're into 80s album-oriented rock, fantastic album. Be very proud of what you've done here. It is really cool.
So much.
I usually like to end up with just some fun, silly questions. I'm hoping these are questions you've never even been asked before. Does that sound good?
Okay, let's go.
Let's see. Favorite toy growing up as a child?
I loved teddy bears.
All right.
That's not really a toy, but I was a teddy bear girl.
All right. Given your choice of household chores, would you rather do dishes or the laundry?
Let's go with dishes because it keeps your hands warm.
Okay. All right, sounds good. If you could pick a television show to have one of your songs placed in, what show would you pick?
Oh, easy. Cobra Kai. Bring it on.
What is something outside of music that you're good at?
I like gaming. I'm pretty good at playing Call of Duty.
Okay. All right. You and my son would get along famously. What is a day off from music like for you? You know, if you're going to take a day off, you're not going to sing, you're not going to do anything. What do you do for like a day off?
I go for some walks, do some working out, gaming, movies, you know, just the average lazy day.
Sure, absolutely. If you could go back in time and eat one of your mom's meals from your childhood, what would you have her prepare?
Ooh. Oh, that's a hard one. Let's just go with spaghetti bolognese.
Okay.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
probably the number one answer to that one. Let's see. Okay, here's one. Is there a clothing style that has gone out of fashion that you would like to see come back?
Oh, yeah. The clothing style that I'm trying to bring back. Bring it back, the 80s.
The leather pants.
Yes! The tight leather pants.
Love it. Are you superstitious?
Sometimes. I have my days.
Okay. Do you have a favorite saying?
Favorite saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
That's okay if you don't. That's fine.
Can't think.
Go and I've been trying to figure out what this one is going to be after seeing all those songs you covered. Go-to song to sing in the shower.
I don't actually sing in the shower, which is very random.
Okay.
But go-to song to just sing might be a bit random, but Kate Bush, Running Up That Hill, always pops into my head for some reason. It's one of those songs that just keeps popping into my head, and I keep randomly singing it.
Great tune. Last one, and this is the one we have the most fun with. If they were to make a biopic of your life, what actress would you have play you in the movie? And it's your movie, your life. You can pick anybody.
Oh, I don't know. That's hard. I don't know.
It's okay. It's cool. Some people can't come up with anybody, or they'll come up with like a silly answer, you know.
Let's just go with, because someone told me, I don't know if I do, but somebody told me I look like Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I could see that.
I can't see it, but we'll just say her because someone said I look like her. That's fine.
Yeah, she played Joan Jett well in that Runaways pick, so.
Yeah, exactly. So she may as well play me as well.
That's cool. Well, Ches, it has been a lot of fun chatting with you. I had a feeling this was going to be fun, and it was. I hope you had a good time as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for doing the interview and helping push my music out there.
Absolutely. I'm going to do all I can for you. Once again, Chez Kane, check out the album out on Frontiers Music now, and just a fantastic slice of 80s nostalgia with some new sounding stuff as well, you know. It doesn't sound dated. It's 80s, but it's fresh.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Take care.
And you. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.